Well, we did promise you we are putting the spotlight on beauty today, and the world of beauty, it really can be a tricky one to navigate with new trends and top tips seemingly everywhere. Now, an approach that takes into account simplicity, effectiveness, and the woman behind the makeup, however, is always in. Now, cue beauty and fashion YouTuber Miss Paula B. She's with us in studio, a seasoned expert committed to celebrating the beauty beneath. She's in studio with us, of course, to give us a little bit of a masterclass that marries trend and timelessness perfectly. Paula, I know we got to sit down a little bit earlier, get to know you a little bit better, but let's talk beauty trends. And regardless of the different trends, I think the one thing people always want is flawless skin, flawless makeup looks. And I feel like there are a couple of tricks to do that.
Yeah, definitely.
So what would you say is your number one to-go-to rule or trick when it comes to creating that flawless skin?
I would definitely say get a holy grail setting spray. So I like to use a setting spray after foundation and after the overall application of makeup.
I think there's a lot of people that when they see setting spray after they've had their makeup, they don't understand how it works. So it doesn't affect the makeup in any way. In fact, it just makes it last longer.
It makes it...
Yeah, it's okay. What does it do?
Guys. It makes it last much longer throughout the whole day, and it actually takes all those layers of makeup, and how I think of it is it just makes it into one.
So it blends it a little bit.
It blends
better.
everything
I love
in.
That. Okay. And one of my absolute favorites, but before I tap into that, I need to ask you, what would you say, apart from the setting spray, is one of those must-haves in your makeup bag?
So besides the setting spray, I would say a highlighter. That's either a cream highlighter or a powder highlighter. I prefer a powder highlighter.
Okay, that's also the one we love to use here at Expresso. So when it comes to applying it, what would you say is the key areas to do that?
I would say on the highest points of your face. So that's your cheekbone, the tip of your nose. I love applying it on the tip of my nose. A little bit on your chin, and then on the inner corners as well.
Okay, well, you're here not only to talk about makeup, but we're going to do a little bit of a masterclass. We have a model today. Normally, Anel van Wyk is the one that does Leanne's face every single morning. For now, she gets to sit in the makeup chair. Anel, come on in, join us here, because Miss Paula B is going to be working some magic on you. So, Paula, you've got a couple of products here, and you're working on a look with Anel.
Yeah.
So let's take a look. What have you started with, and what are we focusing on today?
So I started with her face. I did the foundation, and I did her eyes. I also added a beautiful highlighter as well.
Okay. So I see the one half of the face is done.
Yeah.
So you're going to talk us through this master class. Okay.
Okay.
So I love the tones, the colors that you've used for Anel. So what are you going to start with first?
So initially, I actually started before we applied any foundation. I actually started with this product, and I just add this as a nice moisturizer, illuminating the skin, that nice glow that we want. And then after that, we went in with foundation, and we bronzed up her face a bit, added blush as well. And I just want to actually go in and finish off this eye.
Okay, so let's go in. You've got a beautiful little palette there.
Oh, guys, this palette. So this is a Smashbox palette, and the eyeshadows that I'm going to be using is all copper tones. That's what I'm wanting for this season. You know, like those browns and the...
I'm looking at those rich colors. I mean, we're in winter.
Yes.
And I'm seeing you also wearing similar tones on your eyes today.
Yes.
Okay. So when it starts with the eyeshadow, where do you start?
So first of all, we're gonna go in and apply a nice crease shade. So this is a nice beige, taupey kind of a shade. Okay. And I'm gonna put this right into a crease with a soft blending brush.
Okay. Now, I have to ask you, as a YouTuber, I know you normally work on yourself. How difficult is it for you to work on someone else, or is it fine for you?
Initially, it was difficult, but after a few years of doing matric dances and things like that, I got some practice, and also on my mom's face as well.
Okay.
I got some practice doing makeup on other people's faces, and I genuinely enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm watching what you're doing, so I want you to show the camera, when you tap into the different colors, you don't just stick to one. You bounce around between the different ones.
I love to just...
But gently.
Yeah, gently, very gently.
You don't want it to be overpowering.
No.
So you're starting off in the crease, and then you work your way in.
I blend it into the crease and on the outer corner.
Okay.
Blend it into the crease and making sure there's no harsh lines on her lid. You never want any harsh lines.
No. You see, I've got a little bit of a heavy hand, so when I do eyeshadow, I expect it to be there within one stroke. And the key is to keep building, and like what you're doing there, I'm watching you, like you're busy blending and constantly blending.
I love to just take my time when it comes to eyeshadow. You never really want it to be super packed on, because how are you going to take that off?
True.
So I'd rather build it up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go in with a shimmery shade. It's this beautiful rose gold. Oh, it's what I've got on my lids at the moment.
And it's beautiful how rose gold on one skin tone looks so different on another skin tone.
Definitely.
Okay.
So I go in with my finger. I was telling her earlier on, I love using my finger to apply a shimmer shadow, because I just feel like it applies better onto the lid.
There we go. Look how quick and easy it is, not to oversimplify this process, but it really wasn't overly complicated.
No.
Okay.
No. A lot of ladies think that it's so difficult to achieve a nice coppery smoky eye, and it's so simple.
Okay. So to wrap up the smoky eye, you've done the eyeshadows. What would your next points be to focus on?
The next point, I would use a highlighter, which I've done over here, your mascara, and then setting all of that with the setting spray.
So we've got do we have a setting spray here?
Yeah,
yes, we do.
Let me just finish this.
This is my favorite, because you just like, and it just like walks through it.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, it smells amazing. And now this looks incredible. You went a little eyeshadow underneath as well?
Yeah, I did. I like to use the same shadows that I did on the lid, and then I blend it into the bottom as well. So everything just blends in beautifully, and it doesn't look incomplete.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with a copper eye, what lip would you pair with that?
So we're going with this rosy shade. It's a nice blush shade. Let's get a lip brush quickly.
There we go.
We're just going, oh, this looks
Just
so nice.
keeping it more on a neutral, softer side, because the focus, you want to keep that on the eye.
On the eyes.
Oh.
I love pairing a pinky nudie lip when it comes to a more dramatic eye, if you want to call it that.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Very beautiful. Well, of course, Miss Paula B joining us in studio. Do check out her YouTube channel. And your guide to fresh and flawless skin, courtesy of beauty and fashion YouTuber, that is Miss Paula B. Now, our big thanks goes out to her this morning, showing us in her masterclass how to feature that dewy, radiant skin. And if you at home would like to replicate this look, head on over to the Expresso Facebook page, and we'll show you how. And as you can see, Miss Paula B just finishing off the look with a little bit of setting spray. And Anel van Wyk is ready to go.
She's ready to go.
Paula, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much
There
for
we go.
having me. You look so pretty.
Gorgeous.